feel great. It's gonna be one of my best victories in my career. Obviously, he's a great fighter. He's a legend, but it's gonna be good for my books.
I'm all about making history. I was the first two-time undisputed champion of the world, and I can assure you I'm gonna be the first three-time undisputed champion of the world.
Canelo Alvarez stirred the pot by claiming Terence Crawford would employ a defensive, evasive style. That jab wasn't just talk, it was a sharp mental play. Canelo knows Crawford's chasing history. No boxer has ever been the undisputed champion in 3 weight classes. In a confident interview, Canelo said, "I feel great. This is gonna be one of my best wins." He's a legend, but this fight will look good on my record.
Oh, it feels great. It's gonna be one of my best victories in my career. Obviously, he's a great fighter. He's a legend, but it's gonna be good for my book.
On the flip side, Terence Crawford quietly showed immense determination. He's already been undisputed into divisions and now wants a third. Though respectful toward Canelo, Crawford spoke with cold determination. This fight isn't just another bout, it's his chance to cement a legacy.
All about making history. I was the first two-time undisputed champion of the world, and I can assure you I'm gonna be the first three-time undisputed champion of the world. I respect Canelo, just like I respect every one of my other opponents before Canelo. But once it get close to that time, it's time to go to work, And when we go to work, y'all know what comes after that.
When asked about where he stands among boxing's greats, Canelo kept it humble. He let his record speak for itself, but talking specifically about Crawford, his tone sharpened. He sounded completely sure he'd win, no matter what Crawford threw his way.
Victories in my career, obviously. He's a great fighter. He's a legend, but it's gonna be good for my books.
Go ahead, sir. Dana, you follow boxing.
Ex-champion Mikey Garcia offered a nuanced take. He noted that Crawford might have to fall back after a serious punch from Canelo, not from fear, but survival instinct. Yet if Crawford pulls it off, Garcia believes it would vault him into the top 3 fighters ever.
When he takes a shot from Canelo, one of those uppercuts from Munguia or those...
He could get dropped, or he feels it enough to be like, fuck this, I'm boxing. And goes on the bicycle and turns southpaw for the rest of the night. And I wouldn't blame him either. Fuck it, you're gonna go in there and collect the fucking paycheck at that point.
Right.
You're not gonna go get hurt.
Right.
What good is it to get fucking 20, 30 million if you are fucking hurt physically, end up in the hospital and hurt just physically, life-changing, you don't want that shit.
But you think Canelo could hurt him? It could be life-changing?
Good, he's that big, fool. One punch could fucking knock him out bad enough to hurt his eye socket or detached retina. You never fucking know.
Right.
So no one wants that shit.
Crawford said if he beats him, he's in the top 3 GOATs of all time.
Oh, for sure. If Crawford beats Canelo, then for sure, give him all the fucking props in the world, bro. And he actually does have a chance. It's not like he...
YouTuber and analyst Chobis raised an interesting question. Can Canelo's famous chin really handle Crawford's clean, precise shots? He reminded viewers that Crawford's knockouts come from accuracy, not just raw power. This suggestion cracks open the idea that Canelo might not be invincible.
Which I didn't ask before, because Canelo's chin is one of the greatest chins in history. But looking at the size of Crawford, if he can keep his speed, he's definitely going to keep his timing. He's definitely going to keep his accuracy. Crawford is a knockout artist. The reason why Crawford is a knockout artist is because of his hand-eye coordination, accuracy, and timing. He hits you with shit that you're not expecting. That shit that he hit Errol Spence with, he didn't expect it. That's why he dropped. Same thing with Kell Brook. He's going to hit Canelo with something weird. Canelo ain't going to be able to roll out of it because Crawford's timing is different. Canelo's going to get hit with flush. But the thing is, Berlanga hit Canelo flush after the bell. So that lets you know what kind of chin he has. I'm just saying, can he bell ring Canelo a little bit? Can he sting him a bit to make Canelo not tank for 12 rounds?
Crawford fired back. He wants Canelo now. He called Canelo the last icon of a golden era. Crawford admires him, but this is his moment. A win over Canelo, he said, would define his career.
Like I said, he the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. The Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya. We both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and, you know, the Kovalevs and Triple Gs. And I wasn't able to get those mega fights, you know? So this is my mega fight. This is my moment. And that's the reason why I want to fight all-time.
Rapper Lil Yachty voiced doubt about Crawford's move up 3 divisions, pointing out that history shows such big jumps rarely work without special allowances. He thinks Canelo's extra weight could break Crawford's defense.
Why? Because Bud had to move up 3 classes?
Yes. And in the history of boxing, I've never seen anybody move up 2 classes and be successful.
Well, Roy did.
I mean, but not in one jump. Not in one leap.
Right, you're right.
It was here,
right.
Light, heavyweight, fight a few fights,
right.
Okay, heavyweight. We talking about he just fought 147 one fight ago.
Right.
And then you gonna fight at 168?
Yeah. Did he fight his last fight at 54?
Yes, just one fight
right.
though.
And so now he'd go from 54 to 60 to 68.
Right.
And then he doesn't have a rehydration clause, so Canelo might be 180. 185, 190.
190.
Right. You think he thinks he can outbox Canelo?
I think he can outbox Canelo too until he get hit.
Veteran trainer Abel Sanchez was blunt. He called the idea of Crawford winning ridiculous. He believes Crawford's speed would vanish under Canelo's steady pounding. With such a weight difference, each punch from Canelo pushes Crawford closer to defeat.
But the weight, I'm leaning toward Canelo because, you know, I think it's going to suit Canelo more, the weight advantage. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford won, and I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo won. Not sitting on the fence. It's just that. But if I have to lean towards someone, it would be Canelo because of the weight's going to suit him more.
In my opinion, the face of boxing right now. I think that look at his resume. I think it's a good fight for a little while. Crawford's hand speed will, just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, the hand speed was evident at the beginning of the fight. But as the fight goes on, Canelo's going to start pounding on him, and I think that the fight ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th round.
You really think because of the size difference, he can stop Crawford?
Well, absolutely. I think that anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, the speed and the foot speed and the hand speed. And Crawford's a heck of a fighter at his own weight. 54, when he fought Madrimov in his last fight, showed us that he can't really, the weight makes a difference. I don't care how much weight he gains and how much he does to try to get up to that level, 168, is going to make it.
Using his own career as an example, Kell Brook warned that moving up in weight is brutal. He doubts Crawford can keep his quickness against a bigger, stronger Canelo. Unlike Mayweather's slick movement, Brook sees Crawford as more calculated, less likely to dance around all night.
They underestimate your Bud.
It's just, even if they didn't, I'm gonna beat you up. You know, I can fight.
Right.
You know, so if you watch, like, all these dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care, but I'm gonna find a way to win, no matter what.
In September, are you gonna pull this? I shook up the world. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you.
That definitely. That's definitely gonna be, you know what I mean, one of the moments. You know, I need the doubters to fuel me. What you think he'll do if he go up 2 more weight classes? I need that, you know, because that's gonna make me more focused and turn into a different animal. So I need the people to say, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right.
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for, yeah. And Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and 3 more divisions. 2 more divisions. I think it's a tough fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
Can't do it, but as it's got closer, I'm believing in Crawford, man. I mean, I think he can pull it off. We haven't really seen the best of Canelo in years. I think his best days were at 160. When I think of it, that Danny Jacobs fight, that's probably the best performance I've seen Canelo in all these fights. I know he's had some fights we have better performance, but in recent times, just the lateral movement, the elusiveness, the way he lets his shots go, the just effortless kind of movement and you know, flowing of punches. He hasn't been that simple.
Another voice of the next generation, Denzel Bedley, echoed concerns about Canelo's fluidity. Since moving up to 168 pounds, he's been less graceful than he was at 160. His last smooth performance was against Danny Jacobs at 160. Bedley thinks this fight could come down to raw power or razor-sharp precision. All eyes are now on the ring where we'll finally find out the answers behind every question.